So now you have kind of an understanding what you need to have preparing for the home. Evaluating the need for home care is key. There are 6 basic ADLs: eating, bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring or their mobility, and incontinence. If the evaluation is determined that the person cannot fully do some of the routine activities without needing assistance, they are at risk and should get help. Now, we have to determine the type of help. The evaluation will help determine what type and how much assistance and care they may need. It will also help determine where the assistance and care should take place. Most would prefer to stay at home. However, that may not be the best place for them. They may need to be placed in some type of facility, and there are many free to the client placement services that can help with that. When home care is the option, there are many things you need to consider and prepare for before you bring someone into the home. Do an inventory, set up a plan of care, do a home safety and age check, make sure they have their medications, and get the needed equipment and supplies. Taking an inventory. It's important to do an inventory, especially of things of value, so that it's documented. Everything should be accounted for, and valuables should be put away and secured or removed from the home. Though most caregivers are trustworthy, having controls and accountability certainly will reduce temptation and risk, and it's just the wise thing to do. Setting up a plan of care. Determine how much care is needed to make them safe and provide the assistance they need to maintain the best quality of life. The key is to allow them to maintain as much independence as possible, yet to do it safely. Setting up a care plan is the best way to do that, along with a safety and age check. So on a safety and age check, the first thing we do when we come in, and the first thing you should do is, are the outside grounds clean and hazard-free? Do they have easy access to get in and out of the house? Is there stairs they have to go up? Do you need a ramp, or maybe some bars to help, hand railings to go up? Is the sideways free and clear of anything that may cause trips and stuff? Make sure you have a free, clear access outside. Once you're inside, you want to make sure the floors are clean and hazard-free. Look for loose rugs or extension cords or things that they may have to go over that they could trip and cause them to fall or to slip. Is there adequate lighting? Is it easy to get to the light switches and do that so they can see very easily getting around? Because as they age, their eyesights aren't as good and their movements are slower, so having adequate lighting is very important. Then you start going from room to room. So, how safe is the bathroom? Bathroom is one of the highest risk areas in the house, so this should be really thoroughly looked over. You want to make sure they have grab bars so they can pull themselves in and out of the tub or the shower, or to get themselves in and up off the toilet. You may even consider raising the toilet. You may want to put skid stuff on the bottom of the surfaces, whether it be the tub or the shower, less slippage, falling. Maybe they may need to have a shower chair so they can just sit and easily do that. Thinking of these things in the bathroom are very important, so check the bathroom, make sure it's safe. How safe is the living room? In the living room, the typical thing, they'll have generally a chair that they love more so than a couch, but you want to make sure whether it's a couch or chair, it's at the appropriate height, it's firm, it keeps them in good posture, it's easy for them to get in and out, and make sure whatever's nearby is strong and firm, because they will grab things to try to help lift themselves or stand up, and look for sharp corners, things of that stuff. So these are things you got to think about when you're going through a house doing a safety age checklist. You might want to think of how safe the dining room is, what size of the chairs, how sturdy they are, things of that nature. The kitchen, how safe is that? That's also kind of another area of concern, because you've got the stove, the refrigerator, getting things in and out, making sure things aren't real hard for them to reach, either high or low, keeping things lower for them. And there's a lot of aids and stuff that you can use in the kitchen as well, but making sure everything's safe is real important. In addition, you want to make sure the following systems and equipment are all in good working condition. How well is the electrical? Is the heating working correctly? They got the filters cleaned out? How about cooling, plumbing, water? Water temperature is also important, making sure it doesn't get so hot that you may scald with that. And just overall, make sure there's no health hazards. I don't know, maybe there's mold in the vent, maybe there's things that you haven't looked at in a long time, but doing a thorough safety aids check is real important way before you bring someone into the home. And then what aids are needed to better assist with their activities of daily living. They've come up with all sorts of aids to help keep them independent and make their life a lot easier, such as utensils when their hands being able to grab is difficult, or reach bars to be able to reach up and grab things, or to reach down and pick up things. You'll find there's all sorts of aids that will really help with their activities of daily living. So keep those things in mind as well.